Alright, good morning, good morning. It looks like we are alive. Welcome to Sunday Morning Sprints. Let me know if you're here and what you'll be working on. I just finished breakfast, but we have a lot to do in the library. So, we have things that need to be done. So I'll be making my to-do list before we start the first sprint. I'll do it on the screen with Spirit City. And can we just say that I'm excited for tomorrow because not only are the kids in school, the new DLC for Spirit City comes out, so I'm gonna set that up, and I have a few errands to run tomorrow. Exciting, because I'm gonna donate the books that the library wanted, so those are going to go. I have a few book packages to mail because I did sell a couple of books on Pango, so I'm going to be packaging those up today, as well as I asked some of my book friends if they were looking for any particular titles out of the ones that I unhauled. And so they're getting a couple of those, but I still have, and I added 130 books to my Pango because I only had, I think, 49 for sale, give or take. I think I had, yeah, I think I had like 40, 48 or 49, but I added 130 books to my Pango, and I think there's another 120 that could potentially come out. I'm gonna go through them, but I can't, like, I can take them off the shelves, but I need to put them somewhere separate from the first batch because I'm gonna see if the library, the friends of the library, if they're taking donations right now. So there's some, but I put them on Pango in the meantime to see if maybe some of them will sell. So I will put the link for my Pango shop in the first sprint. I'll put that in so you guys can go and take a look. But yeah, today is going to be focusing on the library because even though we now have books on the shelves, I still have books to put on the shelves. 17 to be exact. Well, probably less because I think I'm going to weed a couple of that 17 out, but I still need to make room on the shelves for whatever needs to go on the shelves. So we might be doing some weeding out and shifting and making room because I do have some books on my TBR cart that I'm going to temporarily place on the shelves so that they have their spot, and then we'll go from there. But I want to make sure that all the books have a spot that are going up there. And unfortunately, I ended up using all of the shelves. So now I'm going to have to figure out what to do with my Lego. I could put them on top, definitely. However, getting them up there is going to be tricky because I don't want them to break, if you know what I mean. So we'll see. We'll see what has to happen in order for that to be a thing. I also thought about getting like the Lego base plates and seeing if I could attach the Legos that are already built to that, and then that would be easier to put on the shelf. But we'll see. We shall see. I do hope to get some reading done, but I don't know. But because today is going to be more productivity than anything else. So, but if I do get the chance to read, I'll be reading Lore Olympus Volume 10. I'm about halfway through, and I would like to finish it today so that I could start the week with a fresh book because I still have to finish my August TBR. I don't know why, but I have not been able to read as much. But it could also be because I'm trying to focus on getting this room situated so that I can just come in here and read, and I'm not staring at a pile of books that are at my feet. Because I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with them. So let's see who all is here, and then we will get into our first sprint, and we'll go from there. Kat is here. Good morning, Kat. She says, good morning, Alicia. I am working on an invitation for my husband's birthday party. Ooh, exciting. Well, happy early birthday to your husband. I don't know when his birthday is, but happy birthday. I'll have to be working on party invitations myself soon because I've got my son's birthday is in September, early September. Olivia says, hi, Alicia. Hello, Olivia. Chris says, morning, Alicia. Gonna be working on editing today so I can hopefully get caught up as I have been a bit behind. I know that feeling. Are we editing videos or are we editing a novel? What are we editing? Let me know, because I know I just posted a video and that video should have gone out at the beginning of the month. And I still have to edit another video, and then I have to film, or at least finish filming a video so that I can edit it and get it out. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But let us know what kind of editing, video or novel, and I hope you get caught up, because I know what it feels like to be behind, and I don't like it. Livy says hi to Kat and hi to Chris. Kat says hi to Livia. Olivia says, I'm working on my everyday journal for September. Ooh. Hopefully it's going well for you. This is you setting it up for September, I imagine. Oh, I almost spilled my coffee. I used up the last of my French vanilla creamer this morning. So tomorrow we start with pumpkin spice creamer. I'm excited. I love pumpkin spice creamer. Ren is here. Hello, hello, everyone. Hi, Ren. Livy says hi to Ren. Ren is saying, getting some studying done and listening to Ignite a Dragon's Desire. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Let us know how you're liking it. Ren says hey to Livia. And Livia says, I loved Lore Olympus. Yes. I have all of the books. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Where are they on my shelves? Let's see. Lore Olympus is by Smith. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but they're right there. Those are my Lore Olympus. I have the first 9 volumes on my shelves, and I'm reading 10, and then 11 comes out early October. So I'm probably going to leave a space for that one, because I will read it, and then it'll go on my shelf. I'm also going to seriously not be buying any books. Instead, I'm going to be shopping my shelves when I do my TBRs, because I have way too many that I need to read. So we're probably going to implement like a TBR 0. I don't think I'll ever be at 0, but if I could get close to it, then that helps me bring down the ungodly amount of TBR I have right now. Don't get me wrong, I love having an unread TBR, but mine is a lot. I could probably be considered a library in my own unread TBR. But I have to recalculate that because I have everything on a spreadsheet, and I have to take out the ones that are being donated, and I have to take out the ones that I put on Pango. So, there's at least 180 books right there that will go away. So that brings my TBR down to 750? I don't know. I'll do the math and I'll let you know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the math. My brain is not mathing. It's not mathing. Kat says his birthday was in March. Oh. Are you like scrapbooking it then? Or are you setting it up for next year? Ooh. Now I want to know. Olivia says, I really like your TBR game, Alicia. Ah, thank you. I thought that was so fun doing it. I'm still tweaking a few things. So bear with me, because each TBR I might do something a little different each time to see how I like it. But I'm hoping that that will help me be more productive in my TBRs, so to speak. Because I want to be able to use that to kind of help choose my TBRs. And I thought it would be fun to like make sure that I not only get a wide variety, but also go not just with fiction, but I have nonfiction and I have classics, and so I want to make sure that I have like a well-rounded TBR, because I don't like if I read too many of one genre, then it kind of throws things off, and I just go ugh. But I think this will work, and it was kind of interesting the first test that I did. So if you haven't seen it, you'll have to go watch it because it was interesting. When I did the test, I was like, really? This is what we're doing? But it was nice to me the first round, so I will take it. I will take it. I do need to do the self-care prompts, so that will be done this week. Chris says my vlog that ended yesterday, I spent yesterday editing the 2 vlogs before that. I'm watching back the vlog for the 8th through the 14th, and I'm almost done so that can upload while I edit my most recent vlog. Nice! Yeah, I need to do that. So you do, like, because I haven't watched a lot of your videos. I think I recently watched your TBR video. Or a TBR. I have to go back and look. But I haven't watched. So you do, like, weekly reading vlogs? Is that why it says the 8th through the 14th? What is that noise? It kind of sounds like running water, but it also kind of sounds like the AC. I don't know. And I don't know if you guys can hear it. Kind of sounds like it's above me. But it also sounds like it's in the bathroom. I'm gonna hope that there is someone doing running water or something. I will ask, because that's kind of annoying. I don't know what that is. Like, it kind of sounds like it's in the ceiling, so that would be where all the ductwork is. But at the same time, it sounds like running water through the wall. You know, like go through the pipes. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But hopefully, you get caught up. And I have to watch more. My watch later video section is so, like, backed up. I probably need to spend a day and just go through the videos. Livy says, yes, I'm setting the spreads for September. Ooh. I am actually in the process of picking out which journal I'm going to use, because I am going to use, I say 4 lightly because each one only will hold 6 months. So I'll have 6 months of a reading journal, January to June, and then another one for July through December. So that's my reading journal, two for the whole year. And then I'm doing the same thing, testing out A5s as like a personal everyday um, planner, because I was using Erin Condren planners, but so far it doesn't look like they're actually selling like 2027 stuff. They keep doing like warehouse sales, buy them cheap, but anytime I go to put like a 2027 in my cart, it says it's not available. Don't know why. So after trying to do that enough times, I just said to hell with it. I'm not gonna do Erin Condren next year because I don't know why they're not allowing me to do 2027 yet. If I were to do now or like an academic, fine, I could do that, but I'm not using an academic. I just wanted monthly planners and they're not doing them yet. So I went and bought like literally just, you just see the monthly spreads, and I bought um, four of those because I have one for every day, one for budget, one for my self care, which is a new thing, and then one for dinner menu. So we're gonna be doing a lot of spreads, lots of spreads. Kat said instead of trying to surprise him, I just decided to get him involved. He turned 60 this year, so I wanted to give him a celebration. He's having a bowling bash. Ooh, that sounds like fun. I want to go bowling. Haven't been in years. That sounds like a lot of fun. And he turned 60? That's a big number. How exciting. Let me know how the bowling bash goes. Ren says, I'm enjoying it. It reminds me of one of Kimberly Lemming's series, That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Did you see? She has another one that's along the same lines. I think it's like a something with an alien and now they're in couples therapy. I'll have to find the title. Hold on. Because her titles just sound hilarious. The Mead Mishap series, I think, is what they're called. Oh, the one I was thinking of is not in that series. But she has titles like That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. That sounds funny. The one I was thinking of is the I Punched an Alien and Now We're in Couples Therapy. I don't know where she comes up with these titles, but they're hilarious. Like, I want to read one and see how it is. So if that's what you're reading, let me know how you like it. Annette is here. Hello, Alicia. Hi, everyone in chat. Hello, Annette. How are you? Annette says, I love Lore Olympus too, but I'm a few volumes behind. It gets very interesting, I can tell you that. I mean, you guys know the story of Hades and Persephone, but this is adding a whole nother layer of that storyline. And I just got to a very interesting part. Livia says hi to Annette. Beverly is here. I believe you are new. If Beverly is okay, let me know. Or if you if you rather have me call you something else, let me know that too. But welcome in and good morning. Let us know what you're reading or working on. We're getting ready to go into our first sprint. We do 3 45-minute sprints here. Kat says it's in September. Ooh, exciting. Oh, I can't wait to hear all about it. I hope you guys have fun. Livia says, I read it all on Webtoon. It has some parts with music, so it has been a different and interesting way to read it. Oh, really? There's music that goes with it? I might have to look up this Webtoon website. I didn't know it could possibly have music. That's cool. Um, Ren says, Alicia, have you seen the paperback special editions of Quicksilver and Brimstone? I have not. These are special editions, you say? Quicksilver paperback special edition. Images. Ma'am, why couldn't they have done that to begin with? I mean, don't get me wrong, the very first cover that I have, I like that one, and I was disappointed when they went to just the wording of the author and the title. But I did get the Target special edition. And now they have these. What? How rude. Why couldn't they have these covers to begin with? I like these covers. I don't need another copy of them though. Because I have hardcover and I have the Target special edition. So, I don't particularly like the Quicksilver one, but it fits with Brimstone. Let me see, can I easily find it? Yes, I can. And then my copy of... So, this is my copy of Quicksilver. I'm not particularly fond of it, but it does have silver edges. And it does have the end papers. And then there's like a snowflake on the actual book. And then they have this version of Kingfisher on the back. So that is my copy of Quicksilver. Which, fair enough. And then I went and got this copy of Brimstone. So very foiled. It does have the sprayed edges. And this is the one I'm supposed to be reading. And then the end pages, I guess that's supposed to be Carrion. And then the back has the little fox. I forgot his name. I'm sorry, little fox. But yeah. I don't remember his name. And for some reason Onyx comes to mind, but I don't think that's it. But those are mine. Now, why couldn't they have the ones that they just came out with first? But it is what it is. I don't need. I want them, but I don't need them. I would have chosen those covers. That kind of irritates me. That kind of makes me mad now, because why couldn't they do that in the beginning? Or kept it with the way that they did the first cover for Quicksilver. That would have been fine too. Annette says, oh, interesting, Olivia. That sounds really cool, right? I want to go check it out now. Shauna is here. Hello, Shauna. Long time no see. Hey, I'm currently sprinting, but wanted to pop in to say hi and hit the like button. I hope sprints go well. I hope your sprints are going well too. We will pop in your link, and then everyone can come over and say hi as well. Hello, hello. Livy says, one of my projects for September is reorganizing my physical books, and I'll count them and how many I have that are unread. Ooh, let me know when you're finished. It'll be interesting to see how many you have. Probably nowhere near as me, but that's okay. It's better. It's better that you have a smaller number. I plan on dwindling my number. I really need to. I probably have enough unread TBR to last me for a couple of years if I were to aim to read 100 books a year. Let's put it that way. So we're going to try to do our best and get through them. Annette says, I get a hardback volume every birthday and Christmas as one of my gifts. Ooh. Do you get to pick, or you just give people a list and say pick one? Because that's kind of fun too. You have to let me know, because I know hardback volumes. Sometimes those books can be expensive. Chris says, I do weekly reading vlogs. Every once in a while, I will do one for a specific TBR on top of the weekly vlog. I found that it is the best way for me to actually talk about everything I have read. Ooh, I should probably consider doing something like that. My problem is I just don't, like, I've seen other people do theirs, and I just go, how do they do that? Because my biggest issue is I forget to vlog, or I get to film stuff. And most of the time when I do film stuff, it's almost like batch filming. I film a bunch of videos, and then I procrastinate on editing them, and then I upload them. So I need to be better about that. I know it'll probably take time to like get into that routine, but I applaud anybody who can do weekly reading vlogs. There's one YouTuber I watch, Chloe Reads Books, I think it is. She just put out, like, she's over 300 weekly vlogs. And I'm like, girl, you almost have like a whole year worth of reading vlogs. Like, that's insanity. But I mean, she's been doing it a while, so congratulations. Christina is here. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Christina. How are you? Livia says, yes, sadly they're expensive, but I would love to buy the volumes. Yes. And here's my thing too, is like, not only are they expensive, but whatever format I buy them in first, and I bought them in paperback. So now, because I bought the first one in paperback, they all have to be in paperback, and sometimes my local stores don't get the paperbacks in right away. So then, even though I could go on release day and look for the paperback, they won't have it unless you specifically ask them for it, or I have to wait because they'll put out like the exclusive editions or the hardcover editions, but I need paperback edition. So then I have to wait. Or I have to pray that if one store doesn't have it, the other one did get it in paperback, and then I have to go all the way out to a different, like, I think it's about 45 minutes away from me, whereas the other one's only a 20-minute drive. I'd have to go to the further one to get the paperback, which I'm not complaining because that's a two-story Barnes & Noble. So I'm not complaining, but at the same time, I don't go out that far, out that way that much. So I get it. Oh, I get it. Livy says hi to Shauna and hi to Christina. Christina is saying hi to Chris, Annette, Livia, Shauna, Ren, Kat, and Beverly. And giving us all our morning PSA. Remember to hydrate, feed thyself, check the laundry, take meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring the bell so you hopefully get notified. Yes, please and thank you, because it helps the channel grow and helps us meet new friends. And we love having new friends here. Annette says, I keep very few physical books, but those are among my treasures. Ooh. Very nice, very nice. I wish I could say the same, but have you seen my shelves? They expand quite expansively. So, I have a lot of books. Kat says hey to Christina. Livia says I bought 2 Typhossi ones for next year because there's a promo and I basically played just for one, but not every journal has this promo. Oh, was it the back to school one? Because I did see that one. I did just get a Typhossi, but it was from Amazon. Their Koi collection. the one with the little koi fish on the front, I bought the red cover because I wanted a different color than pink and blue. Because I have two blue ones, and I wanted a different color, so I got the red. So we're gonna, I think, start with red next year and end with a blue. Although that's very Matrix, because red and blue. We'll see. Maybe I'll do blue and then red. I don't know. I have to see how they feel, because I think one is the koi, one is the Sakura and cat pattern, and then the other one is I think it's called the Tree of Life. It has the tree with the moon phases. So I have to figure out which one I like. Which two go together side by side. And then I can plan the themes on the inside. But I love T-Fossi ones. They are very nice compared to like the Archer and Olive ones. I do like Archer and Olive, but they are a little expensive. And I can't buy them as freely. Ren says, yeah, that's the newest one. Still need to read it though. But I've read everything else she's written. So you enjoy her stuff. I'll have to give it a try. Those titles get me. I laugh every time I see one. But I haven't read anything by her yet. Ren says the couples therapy one is the second book in the new series she's doing. Oh, I'll have to go find another one. The first one. Livy says there's another couple journals that I really want to buy, especially a dragon one, but I have to wait until I finish some that I already have. Very true. That's why I started like writing down and planning what my journals were going to be used for. So, in theory, I will be using at least 4 out of the, I think, 9 that I have. Potentially, maybe a 5th one will also be used, because I do want to try to do some like personal curriculum type stuff, but I don't think that's going to start until next year, because I want a fresh start for that. So I figured that would be one of my New Year's resolutions. But I do have the 4, because 2 for reading journal and then 2 for the personal. So I could probably do 2 more with the budget stuff, but I need to keep that simplified. Otherwise my brain will hurt. Sorry, that was my son. He just came bursting in to tell me something. I was like, okay, just 1 second, and then we can talk. He has to do an assignment. Ren says, I would recommend starting with That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Okay, I will add that to my list. I added this one to my never-ending TBR to Ren. We're just adding to our TBRs. Swank says, morning mama, enjoyed your Friday sprints. Livia says hi to Swank. Swank says, go. Where am I going? Swank says, I'm hearing birds chirping. Yes, that is part of the sounds for the timer. Is it too loud? Let me know, because I can turn them down. Ren says the fox's name is Onyx. Livy says, I have yet to read Brimstone 2. Yes, I need to read it. I want to read it before the 3rd one comes out in November, I think. I think it's November. Andy is here. Hi, Andy. Hello, Alicia and friends. Let us know what you're reading or working on today, Andy. Swank says, hola, Kat, Chris, Livia, and Ren. And hola, Andy. Swank, did you do your days? Or did you just come in and say hi? I didn't see your days. Maybe that's later. Livia says, I hope to film the process. Ooh, very nice. Andy says, Swank, hello with a waving hand. It's touching my Legos. It's over there messing with my Legos. Swank says, Privet Annette. Christina says, morning Swank, and thanks. Chris says, I am approaching 300 vlogs, but not all of those are full weeks. Like I said, some are for specific TBRs. During the amazing readathon, I do one for each leg. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I wonder if I could do a reading vlog. That might be a test. I might do it like as a test. I don't know if I would upload it, but I would just see if I could do it, get into the practice, and then start making ones to upload. Does that make sense? Or should I just try it? Let me know. That's a lot of vlogs, ma'am. Congratulations. I sometimes have a short vlog to wrap up a month, like I will have a 3-day vlog to wrap up August. I have been known to lose track of time and end up with a slightly longer vlog as well. Ooh, okay. So there's no rhyme or reason. It's just... Livia says, no, it's another promo. You choose 2 A5 journals and pay only $30-something /euros. Oh, that's a different one. The one I saw was like a back to school, and they probably don't have that one anymore, but Livia says the other that I want is the koi one. Oh, that's the other one I want is the koi one. Yeah, they're so pretty, and the colors, I love them. I love it. I couldn't resist. I was like, do I want this color or this color? And then as soon as I saw the red one, I was like, yes, please. Swank says it was right before the Go one. I didn't see that one. This was your comment before the Go one, Swank. At least that I see. I don't see any others prior to that. Oh no, it didn't post it. That's weird. Rude. Swank says, and after the mama comment. Let me see. Yeah, so on my end, back here, I see this one. I see Morning Mama enjoyed your Friday sprints. Then it goes straight to Livia. And then it says go. So, I don't know, Swank. It didn't post it. Naomi says, hello, everyone. Kat says, I say, give a reading vlog a go, Alicia. It could be fun. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I like the idea of doing them. It's just, my brain has to be able to remember to film when I need to. So, we'll see what happens. Livia says Swank's comment appeared after a while. Oh, interesting. Christina had to approve it. Why? Christina says here. Here we go. Swank said, Konnichiwa, everybody. Happy Find Your Inner Nerd Day. Happy Buttered Corn Day. And happy Ho Topless Day. I bet you that's what it was. It was the ho and topless. I bet that's what it was. Interesting. So you had to approve that comment. Weird. Olivia says, oh, YouTube is weird with comments to approve. Right? How rude. And then Swank is also saying, Konnichiwa, everyone. Happy Buttered Corn Day. Happy Sponge Cake Day. And Happy Go Topless Day. I won't do the topless one, but I do like sponge cake. And buttered corn. Maybe I could have some, like, popcorn. Does that suffice?
What's sponge cake?
All right. I'm going to go ahead and star that comment. We'll go into our first sprint. Let me write my to-do list real quick because I have to fold laundry number 1, fold laundry number 2. Whoop. Because I have 2 loads of laundry to fold right now. And work on laundry. Work on library, excuse me. Everything with L's today. Laundry, laundry, library. And we're going to try to read towards the end. So we'll see what happens. We do have a little, I don't know if he's a salamander or a little gecko, but he's got a sunflower on his head. That is our spirit animal for today. I'm going to start with these 3, and then if I can add more, I'll add more. Buttered popcorn, I say yes, right? I could totally go for some buttered popcorn. Alright, so let's go into our first sprint, and I will see everyone back in 45 minutes. Happy sprinting! Hello. Welcome back from that sprint. If you can hear that god-awful noise, I am so sorry. That is the water pressure to the hose that is right outside. It seems that my husband will be pressure washing the pool area. So in order for him to get the water going in the pressure washer, he has to turn on the water, which then creates that god-awful sound. So if you hear it, I apologize. I will try to go through the comments quickly so that we can go back to a sprint. Or it may stop. That sprint, I can check off that I folded laundry 1 and laundry 2. I did not work on the library, so that will stay. I will have to help husband with the pressure washing. So, yeah. We'll put that on there. Help husband with. My job is to mainly just move things. So, let's see. Can I make this a little bigger? We are going to move to a different location. And then I do have to pack up Pango order in the next sprint. Because I did sell some books. Alright, so that's pretty much what I got up to. Let's see what you guys did, and then we'll go into our next sprint. And I can go see what it is that he's doing, because he's making a whole bunch of noise. We left off with Swank's comment, butter popcorn. I say yes, because it was butter corn day, so gotcha. I'll probably watch a movie and have some popcorn. I did put in the link for my Pango store if you wanted to go check that out. No obligation to buy, but you can check and see if there's any books that you're looking for. I did post some of our friends' sprints because Shauna is sprinting, so we can all go say hello. Also, Tula is doing her crafty sprints for the Maker's Quest. And Katie is doing her Sunday sprints, as well as Margaret from the Word Nerd. She is also sprinting, so a couple of friends we can go and say hi to. Share the love. Jean says, hey Alicia, just finished Chris Hadfield's Cold War series about the space race. It was good. I think the astronaut wrote himself. Oh wow. I may have to go and check that out. But good morning, Jean. I guess I should say good afternoon because now it's 12:30 at my time. So, hello. Good afternoon. What will you read now that you have finished this one? Swank says, I have 23 pages left in Warriors. Nice, nice. Are you reading the book or the graphic novel? I forget. Let me know. Jean says, howdy, Jean. Lexi is here. Hello. Been working on a diamond painting. Almost done. Ooh. Looking forward to seeing the finished product in Discord. Let me know where you post it. Naomi said that sprint. I did my daily Bible reading, worked on my puzzle, and watched some booktube videos. That will be me later. Booktube videos, and I have to edit a video. Chris says I made some food. Ooh, let us know what you had. Did some editing and finished watching back my vlog and getting it uploaded. Ooh, yay! Progress. Very well done. Livia is saying hi to Lexi and Jean. I tried to read it the other way around. And Livia said I sprint hopped and worked a little more on my journal. Nice. Once I get the library a little more situated, there is going to be a small table that sits in here as well as before. And hopefully that is where I will do all of my journaling and diamond painting and Lego build videos and stuff like that. That's where I usually did them. So, we'll see what happens. Kat says, invitation finished and being sent out. Swank says, why are the books on Pango priced so low? A $30 book for $8? That's the kind of the way it is because they look at it as all of the books on there have already been read or used in some way. So it's not like we could ask for full price. However, there is two ends of the spectrum that you could see that a $30 book for $8, or you could go the opposite end and see very special edition fairy loots and illumicrates for like hundreds. So it just depends on what you're looking for. One of the books that I was looking for because I needed the ombre sprayed edges. I don't know if you'd be able to see it. Move. This series right here, I was looking for book 5 and it had red sprayed ombre edges, and the only way to find that was on Pango, and the cheapest I found it was $40. And I mean, that's a $20 book all day long, but because it has sprayed edges, people have marked it up. There were a couple more that were like, someone was trying to sell it for $75, someone was trying to sell it for $60, and I was like, dude, I just need the book. Someone tried to sell the whole series for $50, and I was like, I just need the one book. But to me, it was free because I had Pango books, so I was able to use that in order to buy the book. You know what I mean? So, and that was the cheapest. The cheapest was $40. And I had been watching a whole slew of them. So it just depends on what you're looking for and what you're willing to spend per book. I know that a lot of mine are older books that I put on there, but a lot of them are first. So if you're looking for those kind of things, you might be inclined to find them. But also, a lot of mine are young adult. So there are some others mixed in that aren't young adult, but for the majority of it right now, young adult. Because that's what I weeded off of my shelves. Will there be more adult books on there later on? Probably. But right now, that's what I weeded out. Because I'm not reading them as prevalently. More occasionally. Whatever the word is. You know what I mean. Swank says, the book. The book? Which book? Or were you correcting yourself? I don't know. Which book are you looking at? Chris says, I made a protein brownie. It was very yummy. And Lexi says, ooh, yeah, I just priced my books lower because I already read it, and making it like $8 buys me lunch, right? And some of them, when you go to list books on Pango, some of them, they have like a suggested price range. If you click on that button, it will automatically fill in what it thinks it's going to sell for. Now, I had one yesterday that I listed, and it was like, this could go from anywhere between $9 and $23. That's a big range. But when I pushed the button, it gave me like $18. And I was like, I mean, can we try to maximize? And I changed it to $20. So you can pick the prices, but if you do that little button that says the suggested price range, they're basing it off of whatever books have sold for before on Pango. It also is going with the supply versus demand. So it's very interesting how Pango works, but I'm here for it if it helps me get clear books off my library shelves and out the door, and I can get a little bit to buy books myself. That's why I do it. Rehoming is the best way. Christina says, getting some admin done and sending messages and trying to get ready for Dee Dee's The Vampire Diaries watch along at the top of the hour, so we'll be lurking then, but we'll leave you up. Ooh, thank you, thank you. Where are you guys in Vampire Diaries? Because I can tell you we just finished the entire series last night. Like, I think we watched the last 5 episodes last night in season 8. So, I forgot a bunch of things, so there was a lot of tears. Whoopsie. But it's been a while, so now we have to pick a new show to watch. Warriors. Yes, that's the one with cats. But is it the chapter books or is it the graphic novels? I am probably assuming I assume it's the chapter books, but I'm not 100% sure. Because my kids have both. They have the chapter books and they have the graphic novels. I think they only have there's 3 graphic novels. Lexi says, and the condition you say the book is into. Yes, I forgot about that. And a lot of mine are like almost like new. So, because I take care of my books. I don't fold them back and do weird, strange things to them. Jean says, hello to Livia, trying to decide what to read. Started Heart of Glass by Jennifer Hillier, but it is a second in a series, and I haven't read the first one. Ooh, do you think that's going to play a part into, like, do you think you're going to have to stop and go back to the first one, or is this kind of like a companion you can read out of order, it doesn't matter type? Hopefully not, but hopefully you enjoy it. And Christina says, today we are starting with Season 3, Episode 16. Oh, wow. Okay. I bypassed you guys. I have to remember what Season 3 is. I've already forgotten because we're already past it. I'll go back and look it up. Christina says, also waiting on coffee. We had to get a new maker. The coffee I have right now is extra bitter. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it's tastes better in a little bit. I don't like bitter coffee. And hopefully the coffee maker works wonders. Swank says Warriors is the book, not the... Oh, I got what you're saying. I thought they were both called the same. Chris says, in the Warriors series, they have several graphic novels, plus they have started releasing graphic novel adaptations of the arcs. Arc 1 was all released, but only the first book for Arc 2. I don't think we have the arcs. Because I think they mostly have... I heard you. My son is like right here. Keeps patting me, going, Mom, Mom. I know about the graphic novels and the books. I didn't know they had novel adaptations. I'll have to see what they have then. Because there's 3, I think. I'll have to look. Christina says we're doing 3 episodes today. We started doing that, me and my husband, and then he just wanted to know more, so then we kept watching. We do, instead of it being 3 episodes in a week, it would be 2 to 3 episodes a day. Unless one of us couldn't be there. Like Wednesdays, we don't watch Vampire Diaries. If he goes on a business trip, we can't watch Vampire Diaries. So, imagine I had to go 4 days without Vampire Diaries. But now we're all done. Now I gotta pick another show. Chris says there's also novellas, super editions, and mangas. Oh my goodness. So many. Jean says second book starts with an interview with the murder from the first book. Oh my. Not sure what to do. I would look up and make sure that you could read book 2 without book 1. Especially if it starts that way. I don't know. I've never read this series. Christina says the last episode, the original mom showed up and there was a ball. Oh. You're there. Okay. I got you. I know where you're at now. Things are about to get fun. Oh boy. Got you. I got you. Livy says I put milk on my coffee when it's too bitter. Christina says, and a spiel to Link. A spiel to Link? Maybe. Swank, Mama adds some salt while brewing. It helps get rid of the bitter taste. Ooh, I should try that. I don't like bitter. Lexi says, last drill in place, so I'm done. Yay! Let us know where you post it so we can see it. I like finished products. or projects. I have one that I need to get to work on. It's really big one, and I only have like the smallest corner done. Yay, Lexi! Jean says, just had jerk chicken with mac and cheese and chopped salad. Ooh. I feel like you may have had that before. It sounds delicious, though. Chris says, I call each mini series of 6 books, and I call them arcs. Like the Prophecy Begins starts with Into the Wild, and then the second arc starts with Midnight. Oh, I got you. I have to look up these books because I have not read any of them, but I see what you mean. That sounded like thunder. So I have to go check on my husband soon. There's my little one looking to see what Daddy's doing out the window. Jean says murderer. Oh, the book. Christina says next week we are going to go to 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. Ooh.
I think there's a story.
He's saying hi. But for whatever reason, they always decided they need to say hi now. That'll be cool that you go to like 4 a week instead of 3 a week. Chris says, I believe there are close to 100 books overall, and good Lord Almighty. I imagine you have the original like book series, and then everything else from there, adaptations, graphic novels, and such. Wow, that's a lot. Christina says, but she might be going to try and coordinate with Nell for Mystic. Ooh, the Mystic Readathon? That would be cool. Christina says, Spell to Link was an episode. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Okay, I got you. Lexi says, already in Maker's Discord. Awesome, I'll go check it out. Christina says, trying to tell you without spoilers. No, I gotcha. I had to think for a second. Because, yeah, that is a upcoming thing. Jean says, my cousin adds cinnamon to take away the bitterness of the coffee. Interesting. Christina says, hi, Alan.
Hi.
He's messing with my fairy doors back there now. Swank says, Jean, that sounds so good. Right. ARC acronym is usually Advanced Reader Copy. Yes. Christina says, now we have been doing 3 on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. Next week will be 2 both days. Oh, I got you. Jean says, I don't think that is the way Chris is using it. Yeah, there's ARC as in Advanced Reader's Copy, and then there's an ARC as in like the arc of the story. So I think that might be the one she's using. Let us know. Chris says each book adds to the overall series outside of the latest graphic novel adaptations, which I would not recommend if you haven't read the original books. Gotcha. Chris says I'm not using ARC as an acronym. So she's talking about like story arc. And Christina says, yeah, because Nell does watch parties for the season. For the readathon it's based on, and this year it is season 4. Ooh. Okay. I wonder, is she gonna include the originals in that? Also, pronouns are, thank you for letting me know. If I said one over the other, I'm sorry. Thank you. Is she, I'm going to come back to this. Is she going to add in the originals, do you think? Or is this strictly Vampire Diaries? Because that would be interesting. I mean, they do make an appearance. So, interesting. I'll have to see what she says in the... I imagine she's doing an announcement soon. If she hasn't already. I am very behind on BookTube. Okay. I am going to stop there. I think we're all caught up on the comments. I do want to change our location. Because we are done eating breakfast.
I think you should do.
We're gonna do that one so that our little guy can read.
Or you could do gaming. Or you could do gaming.
Yeah, we'll do that later. Okay. Olivia says I have to sign up. I always forget. Me too. Swank says when I'm going to be using hazelnut creamer, I brew the coffee with added cinnamon. Yummy. Ooh, that does sound yummy. And Christina says not this year because the original show started at the end of season 4. Oh, gotcha. So maybe next year. I'll keep an eye out. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let's go into our next sprint. There is our timer. I am going to be working on the library, see if husband needs help with the pressure washer, and pack up that Pango order. And I will see you guys back in 45 minutes.
Bye-bye.
Happy sprinting. hello, hello. I don't know if you guys saw that. Probably not, but maybe. There is a teeny tiny flicker of the light because it is storming here. That entire sprint, I had to keep an eye on my husband because he finished out front and then he was doing the pool enclosure pressure washing, and it started to get dark clouds, then thunder started, and then it started to rain. And I was like, you might want to finish up. And he's like, yeah, it's just sprinkling, and he kept going. And then the Mother Nature was like, no, sir, you need to go inside. And so she did a pop of lightning off in the distance and some thunder. And I was like, you really need to go inside. And he was like, all right, well, let me just finish this and I can pull it out and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and then it started to rain harder. And I was like, Mother Nature is not waiting for you today. You didn't ask for an extra 5 minutes. So you need to get your butt in the house. So trying to get him in the house, and he was soaked. His clothes are soaked. So sorry, I think Isis is about to throw up. Let me put her outside. Well, not outside, but in the kitchen on the tile. Okay. I don't want her barfing anywhere near the possibility of books. So we moved her to the kitchen where I can easily just clean it up. So that's that. I think he's outside. I hope he's not outside. I heard the door open, so I have to go check on him. Make sure he's getting cleaned up and all that things. All the things. So as far as my to-do list for the thing, I guess I can say I helped husband with pressure washer. That part is done. So next sprint, I'm hoping to, let me put that down. I'm hoping to pack up the Penguin order, work on the library, and maybe read Lore Olympus. Hopefully I can read a few pages of that. So we'll see. Let's see what you guys got up to, and then we'll go into our final sprint. Hopefully, this rain will slow down a bit, and it won't have to, like, flicker the lights or anything. We don't want that. Let's see. Where did we leave off? This was our last comment. Christina said not this year because the original show starts at the end of season 4. So she was talking about in terms of the Mystic Readathon and how they tie the show into certain seasons. Swank says, love the birds. I did it because I figured, you know, while we were eating breakfast at the breakfast table, you know, birds chirping in the morning. I guess I could change it to something else, but I kind of like the birds. And Christina put in the Mystic Readathon announcement. Thank you for that. I did open it in a separate tab on my desktop computer. So I will watch that when I am done sprints today. Mary is here. Hello, folks. Hi, Mary. What are you up to today? Mary is reading The Curse of Cortez by Guy Morris. I'm at 49%, page 205 out of 420. Ooh! Almost halfway. Very nice. And Pearl is here. Hello! I'm back! Spending my day chillaxing with YouTube videos and chat hopping. Very nice. Nice relaxing there. Hopefully your trip went well. Allie is also here. Hello, Alicia and chat. Reading The Cat of Baskervilles by Vicky Delaney on page 232 of 445. 53% in reading ebook. Ew. Apparently the very bottom of my pants are damp, so I will change those in the next. And wow, that was a very close lightning and thunder. Don't know if you could hear that. Very loud, very loud. And Nikki also got to page 248, 56% in The Cat of Baskervilles. Okay, so you've gotten further. That was your, I came in as you were sprinting, and then this is you updating after the sprint. Got it. Really good. Could finish today. You totally could finish today. 445 and you're already at 248. You got this. Swank says, Konnichiwa, Ali. Lexi said, did some reading in Dracula and been chatting in sprints. Very nice. Swank says, hey to Pearl and Mary. Pearl says, hi there to Ali, Swank, and Lexi. And Ali says, Konnichiwa, Swank. Pearl says, look at those gorgeous bookshelves. Right? I'm not quite finished because I might have to weed out another 100 books because I have gone all the way to the top with my books. I was hoping not to. That very top shelf you see, I wanted to be able to go put like plushies and Lego sets up here on this row of shelves. And it doesn't look like I can. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I can get my Legos all the way up at the top, because I think that's gonna be the only place I can store them for now. Either that, or I'm gonna have to get a bookcase just to kind of display all of my Lego, like all the Lego collectors do. I don't know if I have the space for that. So I don't know, we'll see. I was kind of hoping that I could do it. So like you see my Twilight books right here. I was hoping I could do the Twilight books and then at the end have the Lego set. That's not feasible. Unless I weed out a lot more. But we'll see. You never know over time. And I still have to add the fairy lights. The fairy doors are almost done. You can't see one of them because there's one fairy door back there, and then there's the neighbor fairy doors back there. So my husband was just able to finish putting the final touches on that. So now they have their little magnet. I can pull it open. He still has one door to install, and that's on this bookcase that you can't see. Man, that was loud. Like, she is angry today. We'll see what happens. Swink says, finish the first Warriors book and started the second one. Nice. Moving right along. Allie says, hello, Lexi, Mary, and Pearl. Chris says, I did it. I got my video edited. Yay! Congratulations. Allie says, yay for finishing your book, Swank. Yes, I believe that is the first one finished of today, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pearl says, hi there to Chris. Allie says, hi, Chris. Swank says, Alicia, are you going to get a ladder for your bookshelves? That's it, right there. I can't do the original plan for the ladder that I was anticipating because there's not enough space. I would have to move this chair forward in order to do some sort of like legit library ladder. But this one right here folds up. I put it behind the door of the library, and when I open it, I can reach all the way to the top shelf. So that will have to do. But That is my ladder right there. Mary says hi to Nikki, Pearl, and Chris. Pearl says hi to Mary. And Mary says, nice, Chris. I believe that was about the video, maybe? Swank says, thanks, Allie. Kat says, just doing a little organizing. And Kat says, love the thunder in the background. So you can hear it. I was wondering if you could or not. That's pretty loud. She is like right overhead. So I would say it probably started about 10-15 minutes ago. So we might have another few minutes and then she'll roll on through. I saw the clouds. They were moving pretty quick today. Mary says hi to Swank and Lexi. Mary says, I love the green, right? I absolutely love that color. It's called Laurel Tree, and I think it fits. It's completely different than what I had before, because my shelves were that, kind of almost like that dark brown color that I think it was Target bookshelves, that Target had, and, excuse me. And I was like, I need something different. So I decided to go earthy tones, which is why I have the brown tile that looks like wood. And then I have the blue to represent water, because there's also a blue in the bathroom for the walls. And then I figured green, and then I'll do some fairy lights and fairy doors, and we'll have it a whimsical, earthy vibe going on. I can't believe I have so many books that I had to go all the way up, though. I figured this was going to be the top. Like, this was going to be where the books were, and then that extra shelf at the top was going to be my plushies, trinkets, and Lego. And, nope. And I will say, not all of the books are on here, because I still have my wrapped books, so even though they're numbered 1 through 45, some of those are multiple books in the wrapping. I don't know how many are in each one. I can tell, obviously, if it only has 1 book, but if it's thicker, I can't tell if it's 2 books or 3 books, and I think my husband said there was even one with 4 books. So I don't know what he did. But I know that there are parts of series in those wrapped books, and I know that 1 or 2 of them might be part of the ACOTAR ones, so I really need to read some books so that hopefully I can get the next ACOTAR books. Because I know I have them, but they're not here. I have where are they? I have the first 2 right there at the end of my finger, and I'm pretty sure the rest of them are wrapped. So I do have a list of the books somewhere, but I need to go back and find said list and confirm. Chris says to Swank, if you want to talk about the Warriors books, I am doing an informal readathon in my Discord, and several of us are chatting as we read them. Ooh, there you go. Allie says, you're welcome. Swank. Swank says, Chris, cool, could you please give me your link? Yes. Sharing and chatting about books. That's what we do here. Kat says, the thunder is cozy, not disruptive. Oh, I'm glad. I was worried that it was going to be too much, because right before we came back to the chatty bit, it did, like, flicker, like a very quick, small flicker. And I was like, man, don't do that today. Please don't do that. Wait until after I'm done, please. And Chris says to Swank, my Discord is linked in all of my videos. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright. Let me know what you're going to do for our final sprint while I change to the final sprint banner and pull up the timer. You can see I've gone ahead and I've crossed off I helped husband with pressure washer. I am going to try to work on the library and package up the Pango order, or at least gather the materials for it. And then I'm going to try to read some Lore Olympus pages. I need to figure out, I need to get to the closet so that I can put some things in the closet and then close the doors. You guys won't be able to see it. Let me make myself big again. Because that's what it looks like right now. Those books on the floor there are ones that need to go on the shelves. But I need to get to the closet so that I can pull out a few things, so that I can put a few things in. I only have so much space in here. But I need to figure out what to do. I think most of those over there are my trinkets. I think. It could be journaling stuff too. I don't know. That stuff has to find its own spot. We're trying. We're trying. And Allie says, I will hopefully make some more progress in the Cat of Baskervilles. Nice. I think I'm gonna gather up the material for the Pango order. I'll put that together after sprints, because I usually wrap the books in tissue paper, and I need to find the tissue paper. So I need to do that. And then I think I'm going to work on the library in the corner. So that means I need to move the pile of books that are here at my feet, and I need to go that way and move things this way and figure it out. I do have the bathroom that I can put things in temporarily, but I need to be able to also have access to the bathroom. So shifting is a lot. That's what we're going to do. Allie says, what's on the front of your shirt, Alicia? It's the original Marvel characters. It just says Marvel. I don't know if you can see it. So it has all of the original, like, Marvel characters. There's Spider-Man, the Hulk, Thor, Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Captain America. The only one I don't know is this one. I don't know who this is. Or the red one. I don't know who these two are. That's the only two I don't know. Because one kind of looks like he's in green and yellow. And one is... Oh, maybe the red one is Daredevil. I see D's. So that might be Daredevil. But I don't know who this one is. This green one. Which is not confusing at all. Because he has... See, like, here's... I can't hold my shirt. Spider-Man is here. And then the green underneath of him is Hulk. So, it's a lot of the Marvel characters, but I guess how they used to look in the comics? I don't know. It's a guy's shirt. It was comfy, and I bought it. I mostly wear guys' shirts because they don't cut the arms off. You know what I mean? Like, in women's shirts, they're always so tight, like this. And I can't move around. But with guys' shirts, it's freeing. Like, there's a lot of space. I don't need to, every now and then I'll get a shirt that is not cut right, or I have to pull it down so that this is not near my neck, choking me. Why, thank you. And Allie says, cool shirt, Alicia. I like it. I'm a big Marvel fan, so when I saw it and I needed a shirt, I bought it. That's how I pretty much get a lot of my shirts. My Star Wars shirts that have, like, the AT-AT schematics and the X-Wing schematics, those shirts. I like Star Wars, and I bought them. It's kind of cool. I have all kinds of shirts, so there is no, like, rhyme or reason. If it's a graphic tee and I like the, like, franchise or something, It's pretty much what I wear. I'll have to wear this one I got from Busch Gardens recently. It has a flamingo on it, and it says like "calm the flock down" or something like that. It is hilarious. Ren says, "Is there still one more sprint, or was that the last one?" Nope, you are just in time. We are about to go into the final sprint. And Swank says, "Okay, Chris joined your channel and Discord." Nice. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start that comment, bring up our timer, and go ahead and do our final sprint. So 45 minutes, make it count. See you back in 45. Happy sprinting. Well, hey, that was perfect timing. I was like, I should probably sit down because the timer's probably going to run out soon. And as I was doing so, it just went off. So, how did everyone do on that final sprint? I did find all of the packing material, so I am going to say that I got at least set up for the Pango order, and I worked on the library. So the only thing I didn't do was those Lore Olympus pages, but I will do them at some point today. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of our timer because we're not going to need that again. And I can show you my progress. I mean, you guys saw what it was prior to going on the last sprint. That's what we look like now. And this is temporary because those boxes, the Chewy and the big brown one, those are all books that are on Pango currently. And then there is 2 smaller boxes on this side. So those are all of my Pango books. But I still have to ask the library when I go and take their books that they requested from my list. I'm going to ask the Friends of the Library if they take donations and how, like, what's my limit. Because some of the books might come off Pango, like the older ones that have been on there for a while. If they're in nobody's carts or haven't been bought, then I might donate those to Friends of the Library. If I have a limit, then we'll see what that limit is and go from there. But I do not have the room to hold on to these. And this is just the original 180 that I weeded out. And so there is another 120 books that I might weed out. So imagine if I pulled all those, I would not have space. There are some boxes over there that have a lot of my plushies and trinkets and Funkos and Lego sets and that kind of thing. So I might have to do what I did before and just sprinkle them on the shelves throughout. Good news is that my shelves are taller so that I have more space, so they will be more spaced out. But I want to do the fairy lights and vines first before I put any trinkets or anything on there. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. Also, I've put away my diamond art things. They're over in the corner. You can't really see them because they're tucked behind the bookcase. But I did order a while ago, and I think I may have talked about this previously. But in that order, I ordered 6 items, 6 diamond paintings of varying sizes. But I received 7. And that's because I have 2 of these, right? So, obviously, I only need or want 1 of them. So, I'm thinking I might use the extra one as a giveaway. So, maybe, like, when I hit, like, 600 subscribers, I can give away this one. And then I was also thinking about doing, like, incremental giveaways. So, like, 600 would be this, 700 I could do, like, a journal and some washi tape, that kind of thing. Or, you know, and then do something big for when I hit 1,000. I know that is far in the future, but this is stuff I'm thinking about. Like, I don't need 2 of these, so why not spread the love and give one away, you know? That, and I think it's a really cute pattern, Home Sweet Home. I don't know why they thought I needed an extra one, but I contacted the company, told them, hey, FYI, I ordered 6 items and I received 7 items, and I said, what do I do? And they told me to take pictures of my packing slip, all the items together, the extra item in question, and within, like, I don't know, 72-hour span, we went back and forth with emails and pictures and all of the things, and they said thank you for being honest, and we'll see who, I don't know if they said they were going to see who would, who packed it or whatever, but they said they would get to the bottom of it, I guess, and that I could keep it for being honest. it was one of those scenarios. So, I mean, hey, I'm happy that you let me keep it, but at the same time, I don't need it. I already bought one. I don't need two. So, you know what I'm saying? I just spread the love. And if nobody has done Diamond Art Club before, here's your way to test it out. I can tell you that this one, it's not that big. It's 12.6 inches by 12.6, so basically 12 by 12. And I think these are squares. Yep, square diamonds. So if you haven't done square diamonds before, I will say they are very easy to work with. It's just getting started. Once you've got it down, or once you got some of them down, then easy peasy lemon squeezy. My very first one, and I don't know where it's at the moment. It might be in the solarium still, but I did my very first one. It was literally like a 9 by 9, and it was square, and I was like, these are kind of awkward. But once I started, I was fine. I do like circle ones more, and I do have, I don't know, was my Hedwig one circles? I have to lay it out flat so that I can, yeah, this one was circles. You guys have all seen my Harry Potter Hedwig carrying the letter diamond painting. This was the very first like big one I did. And that one has rounded diamonds. I just need to, someone said to put Mod Podge in it, and that will kind of keep them all together. But then I need to frame it. So, and the original plan was to frame it and put it somewhere in the library, and then have two more of the same size. And that could be like the things that represent me, because I like Harry Potter. The other big one I'm working on is books, and it has a cauldron-shaped teacup at the top called Witch's Brew. So because I love books and I am Wiccan, then that goes to say that would tie in. And then I was gonna pick a third one, and so that plan is not there anymore. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to still hang them somewhere. Maybe not in here, but around the house. But I will show them off once they're framed. So, that was the beginning of my diamond art. Now I can't stop buying them. I have a couple of others, and I'm like, ooh, I like these, but maybe can we do smaller? So I got smaller ones to work with. And the little 4x6 ones, I think they're called mini dazzles. I love those. Love those. Alright, real quick, let's see what you guys got up to, and then we will skedaddle and hang out at our friends' sprints. Shall we? Our last comment was Swank saying, "Okay, Chris, joined your channel in Discord." Tula came in. Hey, Alicia. Hey, chat. Popping in to tickle the like button. Thank you. Much appreciated. Swank says, "Howdy, Tula." And Ali says, "I got to page 249, 66% into the Cat of Baskervilles." Nice. You're making great progress on that. Lexi says, "I got to 27% in Dracula and then 11% in Kiss of the Black Flame." Ooh. Both are sounding good. Who is Kiss of the Black Flame by? I'm sure I could Google it, but let's see. Kiss of the Black Flame. I tried to write black and it autocorrected to Blake. No. Is this Helen Schuer? Short? I don't know how to pronounce that. But it's an adult fantasy romance. Ooh, it's set for release on September 22nd. Ooh, so this is not even out yet. So this is an arc. Ooh, let me know how you're enjoying this, because this cover looks absolutely amazing. And they have, if you have an indie bookstore, pre-order incentive has an exclusive art print, signed book, and signed book plate options. I just like the book cover. That is gorgeous. I will have to see what that is about. I will look that up later and add to my Goodreads. Excuse me. Tula says, hey to Swank. Chris says, vlog has been watched back and is now uploading, and the thumbnails are almost done for both vlogs I worked on today, and the one for earlier should be posted soon. Yay! That'll be my next project, is editing my my reading journal flip through. Because I set up August, and so I filmed that. And I need to edit and upload that one. But yay for getting productivity done. Pearl says I'm working on my knitting goal. Then I need to get to work on the kitchen. Chris says Care Bears. Yes, I have several Care Bears. So the big blue one is Champ. And then, I don't know if you can see the little blue one there, is Grumpy Bear. And then, of course, I've got Cheshire Cat sitting with them. I do have smaller ones, because I have a smaller Grumpy Bear. And then I just got, one of my friends had bought me a smaller, I think it's Grumpy as well, but they set it up with like Ravenclaw colors. So I have to add him to the mix. And then I have 2 other bears. I want to say they're newer ones, because one's tie-dye and the other one, I forget the color of the other one, but they're more recent. I want to say one is like Good Vibes Bear, and then the other one is Best Friend Bear or something like that. I don't know. I'll find them and I'll show them in my next sprints. Allie says, I love the Care Bears. Yes, me too. I used to watch them when I was itty bitty. And I also have a Care Bear on my ankle. I got a tattoo of Grumpy Bear. Because he was blue, and not that I'm grumpy, but he was blue, and I liked blue. So he represented not only the Care Bears, but my favorite color. Olivia says, I had dinner with hot dogs and watched the last Nell's. Hold on. I had dinner with hot dogs and watched the last Nell's video. Oh, Nell's, the one she most recently posted. Gotcha. Swing says, I have OG Good Luck Good Care Bears. I love Good Luck Bear. I like all of them, but there's a couple that are like my favorite. Good Luck is one of them. Grumpy's one of them. And I like one of the cousins. I forget who it is. I'd have to look it up. I'm gonna make me look it up. Care Bear cousins. Was it that? They had so many. I'm trying to find a picture that has like their names on them. Lots of Heart Elephant. He was my favorite. Him and the Braveheart Lion. They have so many now. It looks like they've added a couple too. Oh, I guess they're doing the next generation of Care Bear cousins. As long as they actually look like more like Care Bears and not like the newer version of Care Bears. I'm not a fan of the way that they changed the Care Bears. You know how like they rebooted things? The Care Bears these days kind of look a little not like bears. If they kept them the way that they looked like in the 80s and just redid or, you know, rebooted them that way and just updated the way that they are viewed, does that make sense? Then that would be fine. Ren says, thanks for sprints, Alicia. You're so welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Kat says, eating lunch, Cajun chicken pasta. Ooh. And watched a couple of YouTube videos. My lunch is leftover Hawaiian pizza. It's called the Howie Maui. It's so good, though. It's like my favorite right now. Kat says, that's a good giveaway item, right? I have to figure out how I'm going to do it. But first I've got to reach that goal. So I think I'll probably put it out there in the universe. If I can reach 600, then we'll do a giveaway. And then think about like incremental 700, 800, so on. Allie says, thank you for sprints, Alicia. You're so welcome. Swink says, thank you for sprints. See y'all tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow. Kat says, thanks for sprints, Alicia. Bye, everyone. Bye, Kat. Livia says, thanks for sprints. Pearl says, thanks for sprints. Chris says, I loved Grumpy Bear as a kid and was not into so not into Chair Bear. Oh, yeah. I mean, I like Chair Bear, but my favorite color is blue, so. And I always felt bad because he was always grumpy. But we love the Care Bears. Chris says, my dad liked Braveheart Lion from the Care Bear Cousins. I have a set of Care Bear socks. I do have fluffy socks. They had them one year for Christmas, and I was like, oh, these aren't going to be my size, but these are super cute. But then I picked up the package, and I was like, hold on. These are in my size. And I was like, you're coming home with me. So now I have, like, Christmassy Care Bear fuzzy socks. They're adorable and extremely warm. Nowadays, I can't really wear them because hot flashes. But I still wear them occasionally when my feet get cold. Alright. That is the end of the comments that I see. I hope that everyone was able to... Excuse me. I don't know why my eye is itching right now. I hope everyone was able to get some reading and productivity done. I know my library is looking a lot better. It's not quite where I want it yet, but we're getting there. Progress is everything. So, I will skedaddle. I will see you guys in other sprints and across the interwebs. I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend and week ahead. And I will see you then. See you next time. Bye.